Hello, this recording is for Thursday and Friday. If you were absent or you just need clarification, I really recommend you pausing throughout this video, working on it, and then just come back to the video, double check. So in class, we went back to September 15th, week 1, lesson 1, which then opens this. And let's pick up on slide 16. So as you start this, just go straight to slide 16. We started class by doing a warm-up, which is just waking up your brain, recalling what you know about figurative language from elementary school. It's not for a grade, it's an expectation because it shows you as a student, okay, well, I don't really know enough about this or that. I should really pay attention to these parts today. So it's just a quick check-in. When we were done, we're going a little out of order on this. We went down to Bud Not Buddy first. So you want to click on the PDF. Go to page 53. I'm sorry, I can typically see the PDF. I'm too far. Down here, you'll see page 53. So get to 53. Make sure that is set up before you play the video. This is about 10 minutes. We learned something important about Bud and his dad. We have a big realization there. When you're done, go to the next slide and do this exit ticket. Now, again, this one is not for a grade, but it's a good way to see, you know what, my reading comprehension, I should have looked in the story more, or I need to listen more carefully, or I need to listen to it again, and that's okay. This is a good way to check that. Okay, so you might hit pause at this point and work on those. And then we went back to poetry because this week we focused on identifying structure in poetry. So come back up to 17. You can watch this one. It's pretty fun, but you have to have an account. So at some point it is going to stop, but you can also just forward watch. With an old soul and MC who wants to. Okay, so what you can do is just kind of, well, it let me do it during class, but you can kind of scroll ahead, which is why I gave you a different link. So you have another link here you could watch. So watch that one. And then again, we just reviewed in class simile, metaphor, hyperbole, personification. You're going to want to use this when we work on our assignment. You have a graded assignment that must be done by Friday. So in class, we practiced a little more. Your sentences don't have to make sense in alliteration. You're just trying to get that sound. I had one student, fifth period, say he used the N sound. And so it was like, Nate knew. You see how new is K-N-E-W, and that's okay. It's the sound for alliteration. So that was pretty cool. So you can type in examples. You create a text box, and you can type in your own examples there. And then we practiced a little more. Something else I told the class, if you're really struggling with this, to come up with your own, just copy those sentences. You're learning. You're copying good examples of, just copy the sentence word for word into your box. Okay, and then that meant you were ready for your assignment. So go back to Bright Thinker. It's the next slide, sorry. Notice it says it's due. According to the syllabus, you will have an M, which shows up as a 0 until you finalize this work. So it is due on Friday, and we worked on it in class. You had about 40 minutes in class to do it. I'm just going to show you an example of myself going into that. You should be on lesson 1 by now, and it should be done. We worked on it in class. You cannot go past. Even if you try to submit all answers, it'll tell you that you're not done. So as you work, save and exit, and then come back, and when you're done, submit. Now, the score on lesson 1, if you get a low score, that's okay. You're struggling with poetry. Go back and look over these slides a few more times. That's why we want to be in class, making sure we're learning and practicing. You need to do lesson 3. So at some point, it will let you click on lesson 3, and that is for a grade. Now, I really want to point out, look at all that information. This is a wealth of information. And look at this poem right here. The wind tapped like a tired man. A wind can't tap. It's not human. So I think, okay, let me see. Which one was that? Oh, personification. This is critical thinking because look, which of these is a figurative language used in line 1? Line 1 is that first line. I know that's personification, so it has to be none of these. And so on. You can skip around. Make sure you go back and look up here for the answers. Make sure you use your resources over here. And then as always, I do remind those students that finished up early in class, you have the Epic login right there. Log into Epic and explore, y'all. It's very important to be reading daily. Read daily what you want to read.